History isn't just about kings, battles and revolutions. Hidden beneath the well-known events are stories so strange that they sound like fiction. Today, we'll uncover 10 bizarre and forgotten events from history that will leave you amazed. Let's dive in. 1. Napoleon attacked by rabbits. 1807. Napoleon Bonaparte once organised a grand rabbit hunt for his men, but instead of running away, the rabbits turned and charged at Napoleon and his troops. Thousands of fluffy attackers overwhelmed the soldiers, forcing Napoleon himself to retreat. The reason? The rabbits had been farm-raised and thought the soldiers were there to feed them, not hunt them. 2. The Dancing Plague of 1518. In Strasbourg, hundreds of people suddenly began dancing in the streets, non-stop. For days they couldn't stop moving, and some even danced to death from exhaustion. Historians debate whether it was mass hysteria, ergot poisoning from mouldy bread, or a psychological phenomenon. 3. The Great Emu War, 1932. Australia once declared war on emus, giant flightless birds. Armed soldiers with machine guns were sent to reduce their population, but the emus proved too fast and too resilient. After weeks of failed attempts, the humans gave up. The emus won the war. 4. The Cadaver Synod, 897 AD. Pope Stephen VI had his deceased predecessor, Pope Formosus, dug up and put on trial. The corpse was dressed in papal robes, placed on a throne, and found guilty. After the bizarre trial, the body was mutilated and thrown into the Tiber River. 5. The 30-Year War over a bucket, 1325. In Italy, a wooden bucket sparked a war. Soldiers from Modena stole a bucket from Bologna. Bologna demanded it back. When Modena refused, the two cities fought a brutal war that lasted decades. Thousands died over a bucket. The bucket is still displayed in Modena today. 6. Operation Paul Bunyan, 1976. After North Korean soldiers killed 2 US officers over a tree-cutting dispute, the United States launched an enormous show of force. Hundreds of troops, helicopters and bombers gathered, just to cut down a single tree. The overwhelming display avoided escalation, but the event became legendary as the most heavily armed tree trimming in history. 7. The Great Molasses Flood, 1919. In Boston, a massive tank of molasses burst, releasing a wave 25 feet high and 160 feet wide. The sticky flood swept through the streets at 35 miles per hour, destroying buildings and tragically killing 21 people. Even decades later, residents claimed they could still smell molasses on hot days. 8. The Defenestrations of Prague, 1618. Political disputes in Prague were often settled by throwing enemies out of windows. In 1618, angry Protestants hurled Catholic officials out of a castle window. Miraculously, the officials survived the 70-foot fall, landing in a pile of manure. This bizarre event helped ignite the 30 Years' War. 9. The football match that stopped a war, 1914. During World War I, British and German soldiers declared an unofficial Christmas truce. On Christmas Day, they emerged from their trenches, exchanged gifts, and even played a football match in no man's land. The war soon resumed, but for one day, peace and humanity triumphed. 10. The Great Whiskey Fire of Dublin, 1875. A warehouse fire sent thousands of barrels of whiskey flowing through the streets of Dublin. Instead of running from danger, people grabbed pots, pans, and even boots to collect the burning liquid. Tragically, 13 people died. Not from fire, but from drinking too much contaminated whiskey. History is stranger than fiction. From wars over buckets to battles against birds, these forgotten events remind us that the past is full of surprises. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing tales from history.